Welcome back to the Infamous X Chief, where we shake the system until the truth falls out. And today, we're diving into a crucial forensic analysis that could change the official narrative in the Bryon Macron case. For those new here, let me be clear, this isn't about wild speculation or conspiracy theories. This is about facts, evidence, and forensic science. We're going to break down the bloodstream pattern analysis using state-of-the-art forensic technology, and we're going to ask the tough questions that law enforcement should have been asking all along. Stay tuned. So we're sort of off the beaten path again because I had already talked about how I was going to jump into some of these videos, and we are going to. All right, so stick around. Towards the end here, we're going to be talking and listening about some of the interviews that took place with Victoria Macron. I wanted to get back to this because on the BCI public records request that they had sent me, I saw this interesting report, and so I wanted to make certain that we put it here because it's about bloodstain analysis. So I thought it was very important to discuss chronologically while we're speaking about the trace evidence at the administration building. But before we get into that, I have a question for the Tentacle Nation. Does anyone know the bus driver from 2016 that goes down Beachside? If you have any information relative to that, or if you have any other leads, drop them in the comments or send them my way. You're more than welcome to use my one-stop shop link for contact information where you can actually put in any type of tip that you want. And it can be anonymous. It can be glorious. It can bring you on the show if you want. It can be whatever you want it to be. If you don't want to be on the show, you don't want your name linked to it, that's fine. Leave me a tip. Anyways, let me know that you want it to remain anonymous, just so I can get the information, all right? The truth is what's supposed to fall out here. Speaking of Beachside, we will get to the Village End video. It may not be on this episode. So again, before we dive into the details of this case, I want to take a moment to talk about something that came up in the BCI records response I received. It's a bloodstain pattern analysis report. And here's why it's important. BCI didn't just eyeball the scene and make assumptions. They used a specialized forensic software called HemoSpat to analyze the blood spatter. So let's break that down. HemoSpat is a forensic bloodstain pattern analysis tool designed to determine the exact area of origin for impact splatter. It allows investigators to reconstruct events based on blood patterns, determine the position of individuals at a scene, confirm or contradict witness statements, separate real evidence from speculation. HemoSpat isn't just a fancy ruler for measuring blood droplets. It's a powerful software that's used advanced calculation to analyze spatter, patterns, and reconstruct a scene. If you've ever seen any of the accident reconstructions that a lot of time Ohio State Highway Patrol uses, they have like a laser system. BCI actually has this system also. But this is another complement to that type of system where it gives you detailed blood stain and blood pattern analysis. HemoSpat automatically identifies and maps blood spatter. It has image manipulation tools. Investigators can zoom, crop, rotate, adjust images to get a clearer picture of the evidence. It has 3D visualization. Instead of working with just numbers and angles, HemoSpat allows investigators to see how the blood traveled in a full 3D reconstruction. So it also has partial pattern analysis. Even if only part of a bloodstain pattern is present, HemoSpat can calculate the original impact point. And it has non-orthogonal surface analysis. And that means it can analyze spatter on walls, furniture, and uneven surfaces, not just flat tables or chairs. If BCI used HemoSpat in this case, then we need to ask the right questions. 1, what did their analysis show? 2, does the science support their conclusions or contradict them? 3, if the evidence doesn't back their claims, what does that say about their investigation? This is critical because if BCI is pushing a theory that the scene was staged, then their own forensic analysis better back that up. And I plan to break it down to see if it does. So the blood spatter analysis conducted at 6776 Wedgwood Road, Medina, Ohio, the Lafayette Administration Building. They used HemoSpat software, identified a point of origin for the blood stains at approximately, hang on, let me bring up the text. They found it at approximately 76.3 centimeters, which is about 30 inches for us old school folks, from the ground. The angles of impact of the blood droplets suggest downward and projected trajectories, meaning the blood did not simply just drip passively, but was expelled with force. The forensic evidence presents several red flags against the idea that Bryon Macron's injuries were self-inflicted. One, the stab wound to the neck was at a downward angle, and self-inflicted neck wounds are typically horizontal or slightly angled upward. This would suggest an attack from an elevated position. Number two, the force required to cause projected blood spatter. Passive bleeding from self-inflicted wounds doesn't produce projected blood patterns. This evidence suggests Macron was struck or moved immediately after injury. And number three, the lack of hesitation marks. Most self-inflicted wounds, especially fatal ones, show hesitation marks as the person wavers before making the fatal strike. None were documented in Macron's case. So, number four, the presence of multiple wounds in different locations. The spread of injuries across the different parts of the body, especially on his arms and shoulders, suggests movement and a struggle, not a controlled self-inflicted act. Number five, the medical examiner did not classify his arm injuries as defensive wounds. While this doesn't rule out an attack, it also means the wounds don't fit the standard for a staged scene or self-defense or suicide. If this is BCI's own report, then how are they claiming the scene was staged? Their own forensic data contradicts a controlled, deliberate setup. If the theory is that Bryon Macron staged his own attack or suicide, then where is the evidence of that? The blood pattern suggests movement, force, and angles inconsistent with self-inflicted injuries. This is where the entire case starts to unravel. BCI is contradicting itself. If they used HemoSpat to analyze the blood spatter, they should have reached the conclusion that this was not a staged event, yet their official stance suggests otherwise. So I'll ask again, if the forensic evidence doesn't back their claim, then why are they pushing this narrative? This is just another layer of Tentacle Nation of failure in this case, and I plan to keep digging until we get the answers that should have been in these reports from the beginning. Be loud, be heard, shake the system until the truth falls out. Tentacle Nation, you heard my request, and I can't thank you enough. On my last episode, I mentioned that I couldn't view the Beachside Stevenson residence video because I was using a Mac, and the software required an exe file to launch the viewer. Well, one of you stepped up. Someone took the time to convert the file to MP4 so I could finally watch it. This is what real community looks like. People helping each other uncover the truth. So to that viewer and to all of you who continue to support this work, thank you. I appreciate it more than you know. I always strive to maintain transparency and objectivity in my work. I've obtained public records from both the Medina County Prosecutor's Office and the Medina County Coroner's Office. However, I have a significant question regarding the Medina County Coroner's Office death investigative report. It's not as in-depth as one would think. In fact, it's only a one-page report. But there is a major discrepancy that stands out. So, to ensure fairness, I have submitted my question to the Medina County Prosecutor's Office, which serves as the statutory agent for the Coroner's Office, to see if the coroner will respond. I believe in giving them the opportunity to provide clarification before drawing conclusion. Now, let's talk about something that is absolutely staggering when it comes to this investigation: the interviews. I have looked, and there is very little written documentation relative to the interviews that were conducted. We don't even have the dates, times, or locations in some of the recordings. We have no idea who was present for many of these interviews. These are just continued failures in this investigation over and over again. So, Victoria Macron was interviewed according to official reports that I were able to find. Victoria Macron was interviewed by the police on February 2nd, 2017 at around 5 p.m. at the Medina County Sheriff's Office. The interview was recorded and documented by Deputy Cartwright. So, additionally, she participated in another interview conducted by the Ohio Attorney General's BCIs on August 14th, 2018 at the law offices of attorneys Richard Lilly and Gretchen Holderman in Cleveland, Ohio. These are the only recorded, memorialized, written supplemental reports relative to her interviews. But here's what we don't have. Any indication that she was ever interviewed by Detective Locker, any proper documentation explaining who was present, where the interviews took place, and why there are files with zero identifying characteristics. Tentacle Nation, this is just another layer of failure in this case, and I plan to keep on digging until we get the answers that should have been in these reports from the beginning. Be loud, be heard, shake the system until the truth falls out. I just wanted to drop this in real quick prior to the interview coming on. You may want to skip ahead about 50 minutes into the interview. Most of the interview of this interview with Victoria Macron is relative to the inventorying of jewelry. I mean, there are some idle conversations, but there is some interesting topics that come in the last part of the interview relative to the search, which I thought was very interesting because they're alluding to her that searches have been conducted when really there's only very cursory searches that have been conducted. But skip ahead again to about the 50-minute mark if you don't want to listen to the entire interview. Thanks. So there are 2 files that I want to get through today. There are a total of 4 files that I can reasonably identify of interviews with Victoria Macron took place at the initial part of the investigation when Bryon was missing. Again, I think it's important that we approach this chronologically, so that's why I'm trying to isolate specific items to this time frame. I'm going to play the 2 interviews that I have, and again, everything is on the Discord, so go to the one link contact page, sign up for Discord, and you're more than welcome to check these files out for yourself. The first file is simply labeled Interview Victoria Macron 12.17.16, and that's what we're going to be listening to now. And again, folks, this is what Otter, AI Otter, believes was stated. So don't yell at me for the misidentification of words. This is what Otter thinks everybody is saying.
Hello there, Detective Cartwright.
I just was on the phone with our pastor.
With who?
Our pastor.
Okay.
He said you want like a comb.
Right.
Okay, and his toothbrush are upstairs.
Okay.
You want that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Okay. His travel bag is in here. Like that he travels, that's his toothbrush.
Okay.
My mom, she says she doesn't think she touched it. That's hers. She stayed here last night.
Okay.
That's his toothbrush.
Okay.
And I found his comb in here.
Okay.
His travel bag is in here. It's like it's a flip top black. There's, I don't know if that's his hair. I mean, from shaving. Maybe, you know what, this, because before he got his hair cut, I trimmed the back of his neck.
Oh yeah, we got a couple in there.
Okay, here, this too, maybe. I mean, that was probably a week ago, because I shaved it before.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This ought to be sufficient.
Okay.
I would also like to get a DNA sample from you. It's a saliva.
Okay. Okay.
And the reason being is that way we can go, when we do this, if we send it all in at the same time, they can discount things right off the bat.
Okay, that's fine.
That's it. Once we get the live detention, I'd like to keep it. That way we don't have to resubmit things. And
Okay.
M-O...
What? Macron?
Yeah.
M-A-C-R-O-N.
I should know that because I've been writing it. Okay, just need to sign right there, so it shows that I didn't tackle you and take it, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so you notice the shaving kit, well, his travel kit, as you call it, is missing.
But it could be in the back of his car, like he traveled.
Okay.
He got home last Friday. It wouldn't be uncommon. Sometimes he leaves his stuff in his car. I mean...
Okay. Where did he come back from last time? Where was he traveling from?
This last was in Austin, Texas.
How long was he there?
He was there a week. His business card, the owner of their company is Snagda. I gave him their business card the other day. Samuel's jeweler's card is her name, Snagda. Okay. I took information from his friend last night. He told me about the company, which I try to understand. I don't know what all the different. It's a $2 to $3 billion company. He said they're a publicly traded company. Okay. She took this. She I don't know, bought out part of the.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay. I have to do both sides that way. They have a good standard. So, what drew him down to that company? Has he been talking to these people for a while?
Yeah, he left AB Diamonds. He said the one. Mike, I was seeing Mike or Mitch, whatever his name was. He was the guy that oversaw the sales. Bryon and this other girl, Alan was part of the sales team, but he left and went to a different company. When Alan left, he tried to get Bryon to come there and work for him, but Bryon didn't. Bryon was always like, I feel like Alan always rode Bryon's coattails. Bryon was a very hard worker, and Alan's just kind of cheesy.
Okay.
Like he would say things like he'd take advantage of the company. Like he'd use the corporate card to buy nice dinners and this, and they work for an Indian company, so like they'd call him the white guy, and they would say, "Oh yeah, you white guys went out and you can't be running up these credit cards with these fancy dinners." Bryon goes, "Whoa, wait a minute. That is Alan, and this is me.
Right.
I don't do that. You see our credit card reports. You see everything. I don't abuse. He never has." We went with Alan. I went 2 years ago. We went with our middle daughter and our youngest to an SEO show in North Carolina. Alan came with his wife, and his wife got like a phone call from their son who lives in California, just kind of like not all together. He's just kind of a trouble. I don't know if he got in trouble with pot or something. And his wife was there, and she Alan said, "Yeah, go ahead and get a massage, honey, and do this and put this on the room bill." I would never do, I don't do that. Alan just, I don't know. And then Alan, something with a diamond. He said Alan took this diamond out on, I think, consignment from AV Diamonds, and it never resurfaced. He couldn't find it. I don't know if he had something to do with that sun, but the sun is
I want to address his glasses.
Yeah.
Were those readers, or does he have contacts?
No, he does not have contacts. He just recently got the Progressives about a year ago.
Okay.
For close-up.
Okay.
And he just, he started wearing them more frequently because he can't see, at all. And not there as well.
So
I'm
the Progressives
starting...
are both for distance and...
Yeah, but I think it's very mild.
Okay, does he have a backup set of those at all?
No.
No?
No, that's his only pair.
Who is his doctor for optometry?
He went to let me think. I think he went to Costco in Columbus. Wait, either Columbus, because he was traveling. No, he might have come here. Costco in Strongsville. I would ask them first.
Costco.
I think Costco Strongsville. Yeah, because we get, it's a good, it's an optometrist.
Okay.
And it's less expensive.
Yeah.
It's a better price.
Okay. Who handles the bills out of the whole relationship?
He does.
He does? Okay.
I pay my daughter's college, and I had a couple of credit cards that I pay.
Okay. Is everything up to date?
Mine are up to date.
What about, I'm talking about the bills in general.
I think they're up to date as far as I know. I know the mortgage. I know.
Okay.
He just paid his car payment because I saw that come out.
Now, one of the credit card is missing at the American Express.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that for the company? Was that for him?
No, that was him, Bryon C. Macron.
Okay. Are you able to? Are you listed on the account at all?
I don't know. I don't think so. There was another card that he had. It started out in his brother's name as Darren J. Macron on the card with Bryon.
where any of the bills are for this account at all?
I don't. I look through. He just generally doesn't keep any bills. Mm-hmm. He'll tear them up and throw them in the garbage, which I always say, shred those, don't tear them up. I know he pays them online. Mm-hmm. It would be on his phone.
Okay. There's very little on his phone. So that's one of the things that's kind of odd. His that little laptop thing. That's who I am, so I don't forget to give you the card there.
He pays all his bills. He pays we get a statement. I don't have a statement. I looked through everything.
Okay. When things like that come in, save them for me, and that way I can take a look at what's going on there. See if anybody is taking them and using.
I know that, I just wanted to pause. I know this was brought up in the Linda Bowers interview, where everybody, Linda Bowers and the deputy, Linda was basically running the entire interview there, and the deputy was just agreeing along with whatever Linda said. And I thought it was interesting because everybody keeps making this judgment about the bills. I don't know anybody, honestly, at this point. I mean, I'm sure that there are still old school people that keep their bills. Nobody keeps their bills like that anymore, okay? And with all the identity theft, I shred everything, right? You have online access for a reason. If you need statements or whatever, you have online access. So it troubles me that everybody is so thinks this is so nefarious. The fact that he shredded the bills or tore them up or whatever. I scan everything that comes in my house and I shred everything that comes in my house. I don't need anything lost for identity theft. So I don't understand quite why people are, and maybe I'm just paranoid. I have no idea. But I in my career, I've seen a lot of times where people lose their identity. And I think of everything, even Apple Cash Pay. When I go to pay for something, I never use a credit card because contactless payment through Apple Cash or Apple Pay using your credit card, it forms a credit card number just for that one-time use. That way the store employee, I don't know how many times I've had my credit card information stolen from restaurants that I use my credit card in. But anyways, going back, I wanted to point that out. I just thought it was odd that everybody keeps thinking so much about this.
We did get, like a year and a half ago, they had to close our accounts because he always checks his account.
Right.
And they got a warning. I don't know. I think it was last Christmas or the Christmas before, there was a data breach. Mm-hmm. They ended up closing the accounts, reissuing new cards, and those are the new numbers.
And that's another excellent point that I didn't even think about when I just paused before. All the data breaches that happen. All the data breaches that happen with people's information lately. If you're not shredding your stuff, I think you're being ridiculous. But, okay, going back.
Now, like the ones you would currently.
Okay.
We were proactive in that. When he found that happened, someone had charged like all these credits, gift cards at Home Depot. And they said Steelyard Commons. So we called that store direct. Mm-hmm. We called, American Express told us where these were issued from. I said, my God, we have to stop. Like, if they're gift cards, we can stop that. Like, they don't have to. So we called the stores. We said that we did not do this. Mm-hmm. Stop payment on these cards. Because we knew about it. Like, why would we let something, you know what I mean? Somebody go ahead and use, if they can personally stop it and save the credit card company, and then these are the ones that were reissued.
Okay.
I thought he said they were going to reissue new ones because there may have been a data breach again. I said, are you kidding me again? He goes, yeah, something with the old card. They tried using it again, that old number. And with this, he goes, I need all the cards, whatever. I would carry this one in my wallet in case of emergency. I haven't used it in whatever.
Okay, that was a joint account between him and Darren then?
Yeah, Darren, I don't know how Darren came. His brother's downstairs. I don't know how he came into it.
Okay.
That's how it originally started.
Was it a business they were in together or what?
No.
Or would Darren have bad credit or?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, maybe Bryon at one time had bad credit, but he wanted to use.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I'd probably do the same thing for my brother, so. But. Okay. One of the things we were looking at is possible kidnapping because of the fact that he has a lot of jewelry. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, have you opened the safe up and taken? Does he have an inventory list?
You want to see?
Yes,
have.
I would.
I don't think he said Snagda, the new lady he's working for. He said she asked him the other night, could you take a picture of the safe with jewelry in it?
Do you know why did he ask that? Was it insurance?
Yes. I talked to Carmine, who's a friend from New York, and he said, Dad's not coming back. Not like they want to see because she lives
They want to make sure he has a safe and he's just not going
And I will tell you, he had someone here on Thursday that bought a ring. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Oh, sorry. It's a detective. Oh, good. I heard, I think Rain put a hole in the bed. Oh, that's funny. Now I was looking through here today because I was looking to see if I could find his
travel bag?
Travel bag.
Okay.
This is our safe. I mean,
Is this normally where he does business though, down here? You know, what he's got a...
Yeah, generally he's usually out on the road so much.
Okay.
Yeah, he would sit here. This is the safe. Now, he doesn't have the jewelry in it because that guy came to the house and this was his travel bag.
Okay.
So I looked through here yesterday. I was talking to... Well, I looked for the business card.
Okay.
That's when I found...
photos while you do that, that's all.
I found Snagda's card.
Okay. And that's just what, a display case or?
I believe everything. I didn't look in all of them. I looked on the top one.
And one of the guys was saying that the larger diamonds tend to be zirconium due to the fact,
They're the center stones. Years ago, yes, they used to be real.
Okay.
But because the industry has changed so much, they don't. The center stone that is a solid center stone is not real. Those are CZs. But if they have sometimes they make stones now that I have it in my ring. It's a series of 4 princess cuts together. Those are usually real, I believe. He said he sold, I saw the guy here, he sold a pendant to, I thought he said a deputy when I walked in, but he was supposed to come a few nights prior to Thursday, and it was later in the evening, and he's like, yeah, he's going to come, and then he texts, he's like, no, forget it, he's not coming because he's on duty, and he's not going to drive I thought he said Seville, a Seville car here. I don't know.
Can I get photos of the rest of that, what's in there?
Everything? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. These are all he started with the company, so they sent him all these labels that he has to put, which I thought he had everything done now. So I looked in here yesterday, just this middle one, because I thought, like, I got to see if he has pendants, like he said he sold to that guy. And this middle one had pendants.
Okay.
I mean, see, like, this stuff needs to still be tagged. So, I mean...
I guess they kind of didn't travel very well.
Okay. I mean, there's... Oh, he came home. He came home from his trip last Friday, and he said, I bought Alex something for Christmas. It was
you're telling me that about...
Yeah, it was in a closeout line. He showed me the poly bags, and he goes, these, aren't these pretty? I go, oh my God, Bryon, those are beautiful. You think she'll like them? I said, oh honey, she'll love them. And then he like had the other pendant for me, and he's like, oh my God, don't look, like, I'm like, Bryon, like, don't show me, I don't want to see, but that's okay. Like, I said, you didn't have to do that. Like, no, I wanted, those poly bags with that jewelry is up on his shelf in the closet with my name, Tor, he called me Tor, and Alex. Those bags were not written on with his name, and there's a pen up there.
Okay.
Next to it. Like, I noticed it last night when I went in there with my mom.
Okay.
Oh, that one I think we did, right? Jay Grande is in Worcester, and when he said he had an appointment, I was just thinking Jay Grande Christmas, like Jay Grande, or he also does business with Sam's Emporium in Akron. There were actually two. Our neighbor's brother was asking for a center stone. Probably, well, this was last month. He came over, the neighbor's brother came over with the mother. He wanted to buy a center stone, didn't need the mounting or anything, just a center stone. Came over, and he wanted to spend like $12,000 or $15,000 or something. He had the money to spend, but he came with his mom. We all thought it was weird. He's with his mom. He's like 40 years old. And I returned. He got a diamond from Sam's Emporium, and he had another diamond shipped in. But they generally don't keep their diamonds very long. Like if his vendor that he can go to for diamonds, they'll ship it, but they want it right back. Like you have to consign it out, say you have it. I took the one physically back to Sam's Jewelers in Akron, returned it to him, and because he said, I got to get this back to Sam. So I did, and then he returned the other one usually through FedEx.
So did you end up buying that stone, or?
He didn't, but what happened was, Bryon said, listen, he wanted like really good quality. Bryon went through all the quality of, okay.
We'll just keep going.
Bryon wanted he wanted really good quality, like no, like imperfections. Bryon's like, okay. These are good stones, the color's good. He wanted a little bit better, I think, than what Bryon had. He said, listen, I'm going to tell you, if I send these back, it's not guaranteed. Diamonds come on the market, diamonds go off the market. Like immediate, like it was a 2 carat. He wanted at least a 2 carat.
Okay.
He's like, that's a big stone. He's like, if they're good quality, they're going to sell fast. So if you want it, it's the same thing happened with my cousin when he bought a stone from Bryon. Him hawed around, Bryan's like, okay, if I send it back, that's it. Like, no pressure. I'm not saying you have to buy it, but they go quick. I think he was at J. Grande Jewelers. Maybe probably sometime this week, I think.
No, because Jay called me.
Okay.
He had an appointment with him on Thursday. He did not show. And he said that was really weird because he's good. He's like clockwork with Jay.
Yes. He didn't show. Where did he tell me he went Thursday? I don't know what I always call him on my break at work. I get a 9:30 break. If I don't call, I text. And then I always call him at noon on my lunch. I'm walking down the back stairwell. I usually call him, hi, hon, what are you doing? And then I always call him when I leave at 4:30.
Okay.
There's been a couple times I missed. Oh, yeah. He said, the one day I had to go to lunch at 1.
Okay.
Because somebody was out.
Okay.
And he's like, are you angry with? Are you ditching me or something? I'm like, oh no, honey, I'm sorry. I said I had to switch lunches and go to the 1 o'clock. But I physically talked to him. He goes, oh, okay. Oh, geez. Those are all. There's some gems for it.
Does that look, that's the bottom portion to it, doesn't it?
Does it? I don't even know. Oh yeah, I can look.
I wonder if that's anything.
Carmine said, I talked to Carmine, his friend in New York. He had just recently visited him. His wife is battling ALS. She's about our age, in her 40s. Yeah. I don't know how this works. Oh wait, this went up. So he had recently gone to Carmine's, and he told me too, and Carmine was there. He's like, all right, I want you to listen in on this call because when this Mike or whatever, he was a micromanager, and Bryon didn't like micromanaging. I've been in this industry for how many years? Don't micromanage me. Like, I don't abuse it. I don't abuse the credit card. I don't do.
Can I get a picture of that? I want to pull that those rings that weren't marked yet.
Is it these?
No, the ones that were in that loose bag, wherever that was. I can't remember where they were. Oh, there's a plastic bag down there. It's right there.
Oh.
No, it's not it.
No, where was it? Was it in?
Hopefully it didn't hit it.
No. Okay.
It had to be in one of those bags. Or wait, what's this here? There, is that it? No, there's more than that.
There was more.
Okay, well, I'll take for the rest of those while we're at it.
Forever Heart.
That's.
Who did he say? Somebody wanted to buy a black diamond, like the Dancing Heart diamond. I think that's the pendant he sold to the guy that came here. When I see Forever Heart, I remember black diamond and heart. He said, I've sold other black diamond hearts to some of the... So he liked it and was coming back to buy one for her. Okay, now where is that thing? What the heck?
Had to be in that first set that we did. Which was right here.
This set?
Yeah, because we turned that one the wrong way. Okay.
Yeah, there was...
What did we do with it? Leave that for a minute.
Oh, Bryon. Oh. Was it in that?
No, it's there. Yeah, we both can't be going nuts.
Yeah.
No, because you haven't left there since you...
No. It's here. It's gotta be. Oh, here. Like... I'm guessing that probably these labels correspond.
Okay. It doesn't look like anything's too huge, so...
I'm trying to retrace my day Thursday, like... What time was his appointment at J. Grande?
I don't recall. It was just a phone call that he made to me, and... he was expressing concern over the fact that he always makes
Bryon is always on time, or he's very early.
Mm-hmm.
He's always early. Did the guy coming to the house buying the pendant throw off his appointment? But I'm guessing that guy came here maybe around 4.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
I got home at 4:40.
With that, though, I mean, being that they have such a tight relationship, that he probably would have called him and said, hey, I got tied up. So something's a lot of character there.
They said he had his CCW.
Who?
Bryon. I don't know of him having that. He was a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
He was in, he did close quarters battles training.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Marine Corps with Fast Company.
Okay.
It was Fleet Anti-Terrorist Strike, Strike Team, I think is what it was. They basically went into hostage-type situations.
Yeah.
He was stationed in Haiti for a while. When the Haitian government tried to overthrow, and that John Bertrand Aristide was, I don't know, missing or something. They stayed at the embassy. Like he has tactical training, like defensive driving skills.
Mm-hmm. I really haven't checked
as far
on
as
that.
the CCW. I don't know.
Does he have any guns at the house at all?
I did not know of any. I thought he had a gun at one time.
Mm-hmm.
His Michael Look from his old company years ago had come in town, and he ended up... Okay. I think he ended up buying a gun or something.
Okay.
He was here from California, but he really lives in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And he was storing it here, but he took that. That's not here. It never stayed here more than the time Michael was here.
Okay.
I don't know anything about a CCW.
Mm-hmm.
He did pass the Columbus police test back in 91 when he got out of the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
But he just decided he didn't want to go that route. He knew the jewelry industry and he just stayed. He's like, I guess it's kind of, I don't know if I want to believe police officer and the line of danger. Like, that's like the background. I mean,
Okay, so he doesn't, other than what's here, everything in the safe basically is just, he took it out to travel with them.
yeah, I have a pearl necklace there that he bought me when Maddie was born.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything in the top compartment at all? Actually, looks like it's open.
No.
I'll say that down one.
Yep.
Oh, I'm kicking stuff. What's that stuff?
His watch, he hasn't worn that in years. A walkie-talkie.
Looks like some BBs.
We have a little pink BB gun.
Okay, well, let's put it
For
there.
our little Maddie was
Mhm.
when, what is that movie? The movie, Katniss Everdeen.
Okay.
She was into that and bow and arrows.
Mm-hmm.
So he would let her go out in the back. We had the foam thing, and she could shoot into that.
Okay.
But he locked that in there. Checks. Oh, this was Swarovski when our oldest daughter danced.
Mm-hmm.
I think the leg broke on this week. We'd have to send it back. Something broke. I think this one was broke or something. I don't know. Or maybe that's the new one we got back. We never put it back in the bedroom.
Oh.
Like these are fake stones. Like if somebody wants to see what a real stone
Yeah,
would look
like-
like, he just pops the CZ out. That's
Mhm.
I think that's a C. God, that's a CZ. But he recently, this bolt, his office was this desk was, we always move furniture. Brian and I always get a fresh, okay, let's clean real well, we move furniture. So his was moved here, you can see where the desk was.
Okay.
And this safe would have been down further, but it was bolted into the wall.
Okay.
But he didn't bolt it back in. He's like, so that's what the bolt's from, because he moved the desk around just for something different.
Okay.
We don't even use that. It's ancient. We've been saying, yeah, we should get one, and then we were going to think about one for the kids for Christmas.
What are these papers here?
Oh, Alex and I were looking through here yesterday.
Okay.
What were we looking for? Oh, the business card.
Okay.
The Manel Designs. Jewelry, AV Diamonds customer listings. You could take that. All of his customers. A lot of jewelers, they're in a Jewelers Guild book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a red book, Jewelers Board of Trade. I know this. I probably should have been in the jewelry industry. This is when they want to, a credit, a credit standing. How do they stand as a credit? Can they leave jewelry? Are they a risk?
Now, does he normally have like podcasts or webcams for work or something like that?
No.
I see that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, we would use this years ago when
Okay.
we FaceTime my family in California. Or not Face, that would be Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's FaceTime. Carmine said he was, and I remember Bryon said, yeah, I might go to New York sometime. I said, because he just started this job about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I said, are you not happy here? And he said, no, he says, I'm happy. Like, I really think it's going to be a good thing. Like, it's just getting started, so it's like a lot of work right now.
Mm-hmm.
Bryon knows what he's doing in the industry. Like, he's very well liked.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a good rapport. If Bryon leaves the company, the customer follows. They are loyal to Bryon. They always have been. Carmine made a comment. He said, yeah, Bryon said he was going to come on Sunday to New York. I'm like, well, I remember him saying Sunday, but I didn't know he pinpointed a day.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, Carmine, we were going to go shopping, Christmas shopping Saturday and Sunday. What time? He goes, well, he was going to come in at 6 o'clock, so that wouldn't have been. But he did tell me that he was thinking of going to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Carmine elaborated on that and said he would have gone to New York. He said he did have an appointment on Monday, and he was going to meet with John DeGangi to sell a colored line.
Mm-hmm.
Because just recently, the line he was with AV Diamonds also did colors, like chocolate diamonds and that. And he got a call from Ken Wilson, from his other company, Nelson Designs. Kenny's somewhat semi-retired, and he said Kenny wanted to buy a chocolate diamond.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, Kenny, I just left there. Like, I could have got you the chocolate diamond. So then I was saying, he said, Victoria, that's not on people carry two lines all the time. Like, if they don't carry colored and his customers want it, well, he wants to give what he can. So that stood out, like...
Okay, was there anything else in those two, or there's just regular...
No, I don't think there's his... Sometimes if they had an apartment at AV Diamonds that he would stay in.
Mm-hmm.
He just recently, he left, so he knew he was bringing home his clothes. I don't think that's his backpack. So, I mean, you're welcome to look through. That's why I was looking through here, like his travel bag, his overnight, like, toothpaste and that's not in here.
Okay.
This, sometimes he takes, like, if it's, like, overnight, like, to Pennsylvania. Oh, there's a comb.
Okay, I think I know with that, so.
Sometimes he'll just take this, like, a quick bag and not take the whole roller.
I get formal about it.
Yeah. This is, I don't know who this is through. Royal color. I don't know. This Alan stands out. Alan's been wanting to have him come work for him. But Alan does the synthetic diamonds, which is like this new rage. Like, I don't know. Like, Bryon was thinking, you know, Alan keeps calling. I don't know if I should go there. And I'm like, well, and kind of weigh your options, Bryon. You know the industry better than I do. Is that what something the customers like? I don't know. I don't know who this is for. Saslow, attention, John. Dazzle Jewelers. I know that name. Colorless diamonds, superior cut. I'm guessing this is through his new company. I don't know who those are from. I don't think this is the synthetic diamond. It just says colorless. It doesn't. Nothing adds up. This bad? Oh, here's a. There's another business card. There's some change. There's receipts. That would be his glasses case, I believe. There's a comb in here again. It's 10. And then 10's in the front. I could leave these trays out. They're all empties. Or should they be locked up?
The trays, no, there's no value to trays.
Okay. I checked all of them. There was nothing in them. I think I have it all. Oh, this we got open on the bottom. Oh, here's more. Oh, God. Oh, no, these are empties. These are all empties. Like there was a pair of these. In here. Oh, here's some.
I did check with OnStar.
Yeah.
And they are informing me that none of their equipment is really basically works until the button is pushed as far as the OnStar application.
That's what I. Oh, here's.
So as we look.
I asked them yesterday. I called. I said, "Can you tell me like what time?" Because I'm guessing it was around 12:31. We went to bed. And here's that. This is usually what he uses when he's with the customer, and they choose their selections.
Okay.
He'll put them in as they choose them. He'll take them out of the tray and he'll put them here.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, what time can you best figure that he got out of bed?
We went up together. I just finished up putting the elves going down the banister. And he was already laying down. He had his black long underwear on. And just usually his white t-shirt. He had his black socks. He always wears socks.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like walking on carpet without socks. So he wears his socks. I'm guessing it was shortly after 9:15, 9:30, 9:15, 1:15.
Okay.
1:30. Like we went to bed at 1. He brushed his teeth first.
Mm-hmm.
He got in bed. I got in bed. I go, oh, well, that's good. I guess Maddie's going to breakfast this morning. I can sleep until 6:50.
Okay.
And usually I get up like 6. I set my alarm at 6:10. And she was going to breakfast, so none of us had to take her in the morning. So it was shortly after that he like jumped up out of bed. But if he gets like overheated, he'll lay on the couch in the basement. But I looked at the couch in the basement when Alex said he wasn't here. They brought me home from work, and there was no indentation like that he had been on those pillows.
Okay.
Like, I know how he sleeps. He doesn't sleep on a pillow like this. He sleeps with a pillow wedge. Like, he almost sleeps into it like this. And that's how a pillow would be.
Okay. No
it
phone
was
call.
Shortly after, because I was just dozing off. And I thought, And I didn't say, like, where you go. That's not uncommon for him to jump up and...
Was there any phone calls, text messages to a company that for him being startled and get up like that?
No. Like a company texting him that late?
No, I'm just talking anybody, you know.
No, I mean, I would have heard it too. I'm a pretty light sleeper.
Anybody that he visits?
When he would go to bed, he would always leave the door open to our closet because it was the window in the front of the house. Like, I noticed that. He would always leave that door open so he could hear. Anybody
it's like this Marine. Anybody he would pal around with at hours if he was stressed or anything like that?
No. Carmine listened in on a conversation. He's like, yeah, you gotta listen to AV Diamonds. They're crazy. Like, you gotta listen to this conference call. Like, he made this conference call and he put on speaker when he was there visiting Carmine. Carmine, his best friend in the industry. He's been a good friend. He went to visit Carmine a month and a half, because his wife is battling ALS.
Yes.
So he went with Carmine to be his support, and Jeff Hunt also went. Jeff was in the industry. He worked at Sterling. And Jeff was just Jeff burned himself because he just wasn't a hard worker. We all wanted to see Jeff do well, and he just always constantly called in sick.
You got that in every facet of life. So
he's very good friends with Jeff, but that started bothered Bryon. It bothered him that this is Jeff. You are a buyer in the jewelry industry. Like, you're living in your parents' basement now. Like
everybody wants to see their friends succeed. So
so that bothered him, Jeff or Carmine, but I think he would lean on Carmine more. Carmine's more stable. Carmine's unhappy in his industry. I think an Indian company took over his, and the old owners, although they're providing for him, he's got his wife, she's sick, it's just, I mean, Carmine's like his buddy. Like Carmine knew, he said, Victoria, you was coming here on Sunday. I go, yeah, but we were going to go Christmas shopping. He goes, yeah, but he wasn't flying in till later. But he did mention New York to me. I didn't know it was going to be Sunday, but he did mention it to me. I said, did he have a flight booked? He said it was going to come in sometime at 6. We're leaving here at 6? I don't know.
Okay.
I'd have to ask Carmine.
Now, with he had a meeting scheduled supposedly with an individual at 8 o'clock yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Any mention of that at all to you?
He told me he had a meeting. I didn't say. I thought meeting jewelry. If he said he had a township meeting or he's meeting at the township, he would say, so I just figured meeting, because he asked our oldest daughter, hey, can you take me to school Monday? I have a meeting at 8. I asked Al, do you remember him saying where? I don't remember. I don't think he said the town. He never elaborated on that.
Okay. Now, a lot of times, did he have projects or something he was working on and go to the town or the administration building to work on them in the odd hours of the morning, or?
No, I mean, sometimes they'd say, hey, the checks are here, can you come sign the checks? He'd go up, I don't remember any time recently though, like 11 o'clock at night he'd be getting home or from a business trip. Or,
wouldn't just all of a sudden go, oh, I forgot something that, you know.
No.
Okay.
Not that I can pinpoint. No. Like, I mean, the only time, oh yeah, I gotta go sign checks. She already has the checks ready.
Mm-hmm.
What
day is that normally? Is it like a Saturday or a Friday or what?
Oh no, it would be like during the week. Or like, I don't know, whenever they sign check, like, they get paid. He gets paid from the township on the last day of the month.
Okay.
Like the 30th. So, but he wouldn't sign his own check.
Right.
But he would sign he would sign the other checks for, I don't know who he's responsible, like who.
Right.
Or I don't know who signed the trustees' checks.
I think the biggest thing that we really need to kind of look for is any activity on any of the accounts that either you actively knew about or those that he had for work that you're aware of that where bills might come to the house. Because it's going to give us an idea if somebody's on the run with these credit cards.
American Express was not in his wallet.
Right. So that's one of the things, and that was in Bryan's name, correct?
Yeah. He doesn't leave without his wallet.
Mm-hmm. And he left it here.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. Sometimes he's left his cell phone, like in the car. We went into Target the other day. And he's like, oh shit, where's my cell phone?
Yeah, I've done that before. But
no, I think I got everything. So this is all locked up. No, he did everything online. Everything online. Paid everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a poker set. Those are extra trays. It looks new trays. Oh, here. That's his shower bag.
Okay. I guess we're part of the mystery solved.
That's it.
Okay. I just looked through there.
This is old. We don't do Anthem. Delta's still valid. He said he was going to have Carmine said he was going to have a meeting with John DeGangi on Monday. It's like, actually, I was trying to get Bryon to come in early. Like, hey, Bryon, come on in early. We can watch a football game or whatever tomorrow, and then get up Monday. We'll go into the city, see John. Nothing else. I don't know. Did you look in this?
Yeah, I looked.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't want to keep you up anymore, but.
This is a fake championship ring.
Yeah, I didn't think it was real.
No. A friend of ours said
Okay.
Ohio State, Michigan. And he jumped in the lake, and the dad bought like a bunch of these from China offline and gave them to all the college, his son's college friends, and Bryon for jumping in the lake. He helped coach Medina football. I don't think anything's in here. paper, this blank paper. That stupid head. I hate that thing. Like, really, get rid of that. His friend Jeff had one of those in his house, and they put a candle on the head, and they let it burn down. I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. Get rid of it.
Well, I was going to say sometimes
they said they found a fingerprint in the car.
Yeah.
They wanted to take the console.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, just the gear shift itself.
Okay.
So,
I mean, the gear shift.
Yeah.
I
so
said absolute. I mean, take that car, do whatever. I don't. I mean, these are just tied in old folders. When he left Baby Diamonds, he pretty much went through. I think that's why he switched his office around.
Mm-hmm.
School-based stuff for kids.
Okay.
Like switch the office around and threw out like all the old papers. Like,
yeah.
I'm done. I don't have to worry about this. And
yeah, you don't want to confuse the two. So, okay.
That's all I could think of.
Well, she either is sucked in there somewhere or she got up.
That's awful. I think she collapsed on I think maybe it's not the car or something. Anyone called? Who? They say 4 o'clock and then I called. Okay.
My email is on the card.
Okay.
So if you could have anything or whatever, you can go ahead and either fax it to me or send it to me, and that way, in case we miss each other.
Okay. Please, are they going to let us know anything? Are they organizing a search?
Oh, the search has already started. The search started right after.
No, I mean, like, I guess the firemen and that wanted to go out and canvass the neighborhood.
Well, that's we're on our second one already.
Oh, well, we want to do that.
Yeah,
like all my friends, we all want to go.
Yeah. The biggest thing is if you can recall anybody that had any dealings with him in the township, whether it be in Chippewa, whether it be in Lafayette, because it looks like that he didn't exit the area. So that's the whole thing is, we don't know if if he had some sort of medical condition, if somebody's got him tied up in a basement, we just don't know. So, one of our concerns was the fact that, it was so cold out, when this first went down, that, we, got the highway patrol up, they had their plane up, so they did an aerial search with their infrared, FLIR. So they went over the lake, they went over the area between, Chippewa and here, and then circled the area again, and they didn't pick anything up.
Linda said this morning I briefly texted her last night, I'm sick, she's like, honey, you gotta, I'm like, I can't, this doesn't feel right for me. I feel like I'm cheating him, and she said she doesn't feel that it's township related, that it's more work, they don't think he's in the area.
I don't know. I can't rule anything out just yet. There's nothing definitive saying this is the route that we're taking. So we're we've been
pull people together. The firemen said they'll go out, bundle up. We'll go out.
I
feel like I can't. He knows where we live. He knows how to get in. He knows. I need to be out now searching. Like I said, the biggest thing is trying to rack your brain and interface with everybody else, finding out, okay, does he know somebody in Chippewa? Does he know this person? Does anybody, that way? I told Linda he got his hair cut in Chippewa.
Mm-hmm.
He got his hair cut. It was cut when you guys went down to Columbus, right? Yeah, his hair was all like. Sometimes I'll shave the back of his
little
neck.
barber shop on Lake Road there?
He said a barber shop.
Okay.
And he went to a lady, and I said, "Oh, I really like how they did the front. Because when it gets a length, it like curls right here. I'm like, you look like Eddie Munster, like it curls." But I really liked the way the lady cut it, because when he goes to Hershey's barber, they like buzz it so much. She just did a really nice cut. Not that there's that much. He gets the military. It's all, but the front looked really nice. And I remember that he said he went, and Linda goes, "Yeah, that's what's her name. She has a place in the front of her house." But I don't remember him saying that. I remember him saying a barber shop.
Okay. Well, that might
the one in the front of the house
is where we would go for the 4th of July. That was, but she knows the lady that owns that barber or beauty shop. She has it on the side, off the garage, like right behind
from the tennis court,
right next to the tennis courts. And I said that to Linda. I said by the tennis courts. Let me find Linda. What's her name? Well, we would go to Jeannie's house. She said, I said, Linda, laying in bed, and I remember Bryon said he got his hair cut in Chippewa the other day. I said it looked really nice. I liked how they cut the front. He said he didn't go to Hershey's because he said it's loud in there and it's always busy. A lady cut it in Chippewa, I think by the Stop and Go. It's a new place. She says, I know where it is. I said, maybe there's a video. She said, I doubt. It's the front of Jeannie's house. That would be Jeannie, who we'll watch the parade.
Okay.
This 4th of July parade, Bryon wasn't in it. Last 4th of July, because it was an election year, he was on the back of the fire truck with Mia throwing candy. This year he didn't. He came with us to this. Is there another barber shop?
Well, there's a barber shop, and the one you're talking about does have a house in the back of it. So.
That's the only one on Lake Road.
Yeah.
That would be Jeannie's. He knows that house.
Okay.
We've been there for 4th of July. We don't know them personally. Like, we've met them. We met them 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we would hang out and watch. Our friends invited us to Jeannie's. Said, yeah, we go to Jeannie's house and we all go. The parade comes through the front of the yard, but I know she has a salon on the back. I did not know. I was thinking it was the one, like a store front, like that.
Okay.
So I said, I think I know that one. It's by the tennis courts. I said we would always. What we would do, we would go there first. Everybody would bring their own drinks or whatever, and we'd bring a appetizer to share.
Yeah.
We eat, we have drinks, whatever, and then we'd go out in front and watch the parade, and then we'd leave there and go down to the Dukers, which it was kind of a joke because it's not our taste. Like the party was. They always had a band in between the two houses, but it would bring out the weirdos from Chippewa. It was more of like a, oh my God, like people watching. But we were with our friends, the Gaylors and stuff, and the kids or whatever would dance, and then we would leave and go. We went back to Jeannie's.
Okay. Well, let me get back and work on this some more, and if something happens, we'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to text him on that. Fire report was maybe a search or something.
But yeah, that's the thing that we were able to really exploit, was the fact that the snow was still on the ground. So we knew that we kind of really knew that there was no, he didn't go cross country or anything like that. So that helped a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay. Like I said, please get it going. Okay.
Keep me informed too.
I sure will.
All right.
All right, it goes on for another 26 seconds, but obviously there's no other part of the interview there. A couple things I wanted to take away. Especially, I realize it was rather lengthy. It's an hour and 15 minutes, but again, I would rather give you all the information. You can skip along on the timeline. The interesting takeaways, again, they had OSP out there, and they had their plane. They had their forward infrared scanning system that was looking all along between the administration building and the lake. And again, if there was a heat source, that flare definitely would pick it up. So he's also talking about later on the walking around the lake as far as the snow tracks or the lack of snow tracks. He makes this comment about he definitely didn't go cross country, didn't go missing cross country. So just some key takeaways. Again, their narrative is that, maybe he was at the lake at some point and his body drifted into the lake once it thawed. But again, they did make some effort. And again, I do want to highlight the fact that, Victoria has often been very remiss of the fact that she doesn't feel that a proper search was conducted. I would actually somewhat concur just from the documentation that I've been able to observe. There were all sorts of organizations that were willing, and she even talks about in this interview that the firemen were wanting to go out to search, and that never happened, which is very disturbing. So we have about 3 more files, all right? I'm going to do one more of this next interview. This is with the Detective Locker, I think. Yes, Detective Locker. There's going to be an interview. It's about 56 minutes. And again, just go through the timeline. If you want to skip ahead, I'll try to have detailed timelines relative to these interviews, the information. I mean, just like in the last interview here, the first 50 minutes of the interview was essentially them just going through the inventory of the jewelry. But again, I wanted you to have that information to make it completely transparent. So this next interview will be about 50 minutes. There's going to be no outro because we're going to be way over. So make certain that you tune in. Again, next episode coming up, we'll finish these interviews with her. And I'm assuming that they're just using these interviews in lieu of actually doing any paperwork on the interviews, which is slightly disturbing. But all right, we'll see you next. We'll see you next week.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
I just, I haven't told them anything. I called someone.
Okay.
She doesn't know that somebody's calling out the car. Didn't.
Okay. All right.
I thought you were just here to ask questions.
And that's what I'm here for. Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, Victoria. Yeah. Deputy Locker's here. If you want to come up, he'll ask you some questions that way. And then he's going to ask
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Bob Locker.
Hi.
Sorry, we meet under the circumstances. You have a seat?
Sure.
No, we're searching for him. We are searching for him. Okay. But what we need to do is, because we're trying to get his cell phone records and everything like that. I need to know what the last time you talked to him last night was, or this morning. What was the last time?
On cell phone?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I talked to him shortly after midnight. He got home from a movie with the other trustee. They went to see Star Wars.
Who's the other trustee?
Mike Costello.
Okay, so he and Mike got home just shortly after midnight?
Mike lives in the other development.
Right, I know where he lives.
They both drove separate because they went to a township trustee dinner before, which I would have attended with him, but my daughter, my youngest, just fractured her foot. So we had to take her to a rehab place for therapy, her first appointment.
That was yesterday or today?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay.
So I briefly spoke to him at, I have it on my phone, 5:11 or something yesterday.
Okay.
And we were talking about if we were going to, he's like, well, if we want to, because the fire department comes down and delivers gifts. Well, our youngest still pays. So we were going to, he's like, do you want to do that? I thought we were going to go Christmas shopping. If not, I need to get a gift for the kids.
Right.
So that's what we were talking on his way to the trustee meeting about if we were going to get a gift to have the department drop it off here, or if the kids are going to come with us tomorrow to go Christmas shopping, then he wouldn't need a gift.
Okay.
So we talked about that, and then he went to the
and
meeting.
That was a little after 5 yesterday.
We talked about that.
Was there a trustee meeting yesterday?
There was. It was in Brunswick at the Winking Lizard.
Okay, so it was a meeting / dinner for all the...
It was all the township association trustees. Yeah, from all the different townships.
Okay.
So he was there, met Mike, and I thought Bryon and I were going to go to the movies together because we talked about Star Wars came out.
After dinner.
Yeah. And he's like, well, you know what? When you go home and I come home, he's like, we'll determine a time because it was going to be either like the 9-something showing or 10:45. He's like, oh, they have an earlier one. We could go earlier. I'm like, okay, perfect, because I work too. So
Okay,
I'm like,
so you told him the 9 o'clock or whatever, and he said...
Around that, I was thinking that. Well, then I didn't hear from him.
And then he told you that you and he could go earlier, probably?
Yeah, we'd probably go earlier.
Okay, so he was planning on going with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he said, my phone died during the meeting, or during this township trustee dinner. He said, my phone died. Because he told me that when he got home. He went with Mike. I'm like, oh, how was the movie? He goes, it was all right. It wasn't what I thought. He loves Star Wars. Always has.
Okay.
And
so
when he got home last night, it was around 12, shortly after.
Did you look at the clock, or how did you know that was shortly after 12?
I think I had fallen asleep on the couch waiting for him. And I said, you didn't call me. He goes, yeah, you know what? He goes, my phone died. He goes, but I was like antsy because I like wanted to call you, but I didn't have my phone to call you. I'm like, you don't know my number? He's like, quite honestly, I don't think I really do because it's always on speed, you know. So he came home and we sat on the couch and we talked. And we both went up to bed together.
Okay.
And
so the last time you talked to him was at like 5:11 or shortly after 5, and then the next time after that
was on the couch
was
probably
on the couch.
around 12,
okay. So there was no
15, 12:30 after this movie.
Okay.
So
you didn't know that he went with Mike until he came home at 12 or 12:30
because I even texted him, and you know what? I'm hoping they can maybe get the record.
Did he say which cinema he went to or which theater?
I thought just right here in Medina. Yeah.
Where did they have the dinner at? Winking Lizard in Brunswick, you said?
In Brunswick.
Okay, so he came home 12 or 12:30. You came down. You were up in bed at the time you came downstairs?
No, I was on the couch.
Oh, you were?
I was waiting for him, and he came in. We sat down on the couch together. We talked, and we did.
Can you slide that on your phone?
My husband still believes, and we have the elf. So he's like, oh, we need to do the elf stuff. Let's not forget about the elf stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we did the stuff, and he had already been up in bed at that point. I came in like a few minutes later. I was brushing my teeth, whatever. Got in bed. We both laid there for a few minutes. Said goodnight, love you, and then I remember him getting up, but I was like dozing off, so I don't think it was much time after that. But he got up and he put like the pillows down next to me. He lays with 15 pillows, so he like took the pillows and he laid them down.
Does he usually do that when he leaves the bed?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. That's not on. I mean, I just figured, okay, especially because if he ever leaves, he's gone downstairs before and slept on the couch in the basement, like if he's early morning leaving.
His man cave or?
For an employee, because he doesn't want to wake everybody up if he's leaving 4 o'clock for a flight or whatever.
Okay.
So that's not uncommon. So I remember him getting up, but then I looked this morning, he wasn't there. I just figured, oh yeah, he's sleeping. Forgetting that he said he had an appointment. That's why he asked my older daughter, could you take me to school?
Your older daughter asked him?
No, he asked her a couple days ago, and then he let me know. He's like, oh yeah, everything's good for the morning. Alex is going to take me to school because I have an 8 o'clock appointment. And I'm thinking appointment in my head like, okay, jewelry appointment.
Okay, so he had an appointment.
He said he had an appointment at 8.
And Alex was going to take who to school?
Yeah.
You to school. Okay, because you work at the school.
No.
No.
I work at the courthouse.
Work at the courthouse, okay. Going to school.
So I leave at 8. I have to leave before 8 to get there.
Okay.
So I leave, so he'll usually generally get me at a school. Just because she hates riding the bus. Where do I? What do you mean?
Okay. Who was taking who to scale? I'm sorry, we're confused here. Okay. So, who asked who to take who to school?
Bryon asked Alex
if she needed.
If Alex could take Mia to school today because he had an appointment.
Oh, Mia is your younger daughter.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alex is our oldest. She just
because he had an appointment.
Because he has an appointment.
And he told her that about how many days ago? Would you say?
I think we knew a couple days ago.
A couple days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
all right. So it was planned ahead of time.
Orientation on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we knew about it, but like when she called me, do you know where Dad is this morning? I'm like, oh no, I'm on the couch. And then it occurred to me, oh yeah, he said he had an appointment at 8. She goes, well, remember he has an appointment at 8. That's why he has. I'm like, that's right. So
Did he tell you what his appointment was?
No.
Okay. Did he say where it was or anything?
No.
Okay.
But being in the jewelry industry, he'll tell me, like, I have an appointment.
Is that common that he has appointments in the morning?
Yeah,
okay.
Because it's jewelry season. Like, there was a deputy here the other day, bought a pendant. So I came in from work actually, it was yesterday. Yesterday. I came in yesterday because I told Mia on my way home, I said, I get out at 4:30. I'll be home at 4:40. Your appointment's at 5. We got to zip there quick, honey, because it starts at 5. So I said, I'm going to pull in. We're going to get, and I said, hello, goodbye, love you, whatever. And that guy was still here. And I talked to him at 5 o'clock. He's like, yeah, he bought a pendant. I'm like, oh.
Do you know which deputy it was? By chance?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Was he in a cruiser?
I mean, I saw him.
Was he in a cruiser?
No, he was in a gray, like a Jeep, like a sport, like bigger wheels. Gray, like charcoal gray.
Charcoal gray Jeep with big wheels?
Yeah, and it had like it had a top on it, but it was like, it's like a real sporty model. Like, I almost thought at first it might have been like a Land Rover, but it wasn't.
So it was an SUV. It wasn't like a Jeep Cherokee where the off-road type. This is more of an SUV.
I think it was a Jeep or like a Toyota.
Okay, but it was an SUV.
It was sporty, reminded me of the Jeep with like the roll bar in the back, but it had a cap on it.
Okay, so
it looks like
newer?
a Jeep. Yes.
Okay, but it had like a cap on it so that you could take it off or pull it down.
It looked like it because I've never seen it. It looked
with
like
a roll bar
and
everything.
Plasticky, but it was nice.
Was the cover black or charcoal also, or?
It was more black.
It was more black.
Like where the roll bar would be on the back.
But it definitely had oversized wheels, something that wouldn't come out of stock.
It looked bigger, like sport model.
Okay.
Like
what color were the rims, do you remember? Not sure. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Maybe black.
Okay. He said that this deputy worked at the sheriff's office here.
Mm-hmm.
Was he in uniform when he came?
Mm-mm.
No. And what time was that about?
That was at 4:40.
Okay. Describe the deputy to me.
Taller than Bryon.
Skinny, heavy?
Yeah,
Skinny.
thinner. I want to say he had almost like was it a Carhartt type jacket on?
Do you remember what color?
Like brown, I think.
Color hair?
I think he had a hat on, like a winter hat.
Like a winter, okay, one of those that...
Like a cap.
Okay, like a black cap that just goes straight around like a skull cap.
I can't think. Yeah, I think so.
How old do you think he was?
Late 40s?
Okay, but you've never seen him before?
No.
Okay.
But he sells...
People, it's normal for people to come over here.
Yeah, I mean, if he knows them and someone could vouch, like if he doesn't know them direct, that, you know, Terry Grace sent one of the deputy or one of his police officers here and said, hey, this is my friend, I work with him at the department. Is that okay? Like if, he'll vouch.
Okay. Bryon didn't happen to mention this guy's first name or anything like that.
I think he did.
Conversation.
I don't remember.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Okay.
But he said he was...
But this guy was on the way out as you came home last night?
He was just in the morning room there, and he was like... I was like over by the door with him, like, I don't know if they were looking at the color of the paint. He said I sold him a pendant.
Okay, so he was looking at pendants when you came in or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really go as far in to the room, but then they got up and they were like standing by the tree by the door, kind of like.
Okay.
And I said, when I talked to him at 5:00 at the appointment, he's like, yeah, he bought a pendant. I'm like, oh, okay, doing things. I mean, that's common.
Okay, okay. But he definitely said he was from our sheriff's office, Medina County.
I thought he said the sheriff. Yeah,
okay.
He's a deputy. The deputy's coming over to look at jewelry.
Okay, alrighty.
And then, what was weird yesterday when I was on the phone with him, the new company he started with, a lady, they're probably in their 30s, and he should have a picture on his cell phone of them. Because he showed me, her name's Snagda, they're Indian.
Snagda?
Snagda.
Okay.
And he said, they're traveling in India this week, because they're not Christian, they don't celebrate the holiday, but they still, Bryon's still working, meeting with local customers, whatever. But he said she called yesterday and said, Bryon, take a picture of the jewelry in your safe. What the hell, don't you trust me? Like, yeah, I have a safe. I didn't unload my jewelry yet from the trip. Like, he didn't... So that just, like, that made him think... Like, why is she calling me to take... I said, well, then just take the stuff out of the bottom of the safe and put the jewelry in it and take a picture. I mean, she goes, yeah, but why would she ask me that? Like, that's not...
Okay. And this is a new company he's affiliated with? What kind of affiliation does he have with her?
Business card?
Yeah, if you do, please.
So this is the business card.
What else is going on at the high school?
Okay.
Exams just finished. That was last night or was it yesterday? It was last night. You guys had early release today?
So they live down in Austin, Texas, or in that area. So Bryon didn't say why she said this, or he was questionable about it, or wondered why.
Well, she just wants to know that her jewelry's protected, probably.
Okay,
that he's traveling with it.
Okay, so he's actually
insured.
He's working for her right now. Is that what it is? Okay, and she's actually owns the company, or
yeah, she owns this company, but
Bryon's selling her jewelry for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her dad, I think, was the original owner. She bought the company from him, and she's trying to, like, change the name of what Manel was and start this new... And he's like, well, you should probably change the name if you're not going to go by Manel, because everybody knows you by Manel.
Okay.
So...
All right. How long has he been there? Or working
Since
with that?
probably... He gave notice at his other job, I think right around Thanksgiving, but started there, I believe, December 4th. But he actually had given them, the go-ahead that he was going to be. He wrote a nice letter to his other company.
November 4th, you said?
December 4th.
December 4th he started. Okay. All right. When did he start? When did he leave his old company or the company he's worked for in the past? Or is he still with them too?
I think right around no, maybe he didn't. Because he was entitled to his other pay. He left probably at the end of November, right after Thanksgiving. And then he started.
Okay, what company is that?
He probably would have been on the 30th of November. Like he would have got the 15th and the 30th
Gotcha. Okay, and do you know the name of that company?
AV Diamonds.
Where are they out of?
They are Dallas, Texas. Dallas? Yeah.
Okay.
And they're, he goes by Alex, and I can't think of the other guy's name. They're brothers or cousins or something. They own the business together.
Okay, gotcha.
From what I know, he told me they left on good terms. Bryon never, at least that I know, he never leaves on bad terms. He will always be respectful. He wrote them a nice letter. He just needed to part ways. That it just, he needed to make a change. They were.
Do you know their names? The brothers?
Alex and, I don't know. I could get it from his friend. Because he's in the jewelry industry. He lives in New York.
Don't worry about it right now.
Alex and... I'm sorry, I can't think
That's
of
okay.
Alex.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
I probably could find a business card too.
Okay, so roughly you're saying about 12:30ish, he came home between 12 and 12:30.
Yeah, because we went up right before 1
And how long did you, okay, so just before, so you talked about a half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I actually fell asleep on the couch. He woke me up. I'm like, oh my God, how was the movie? I said, you didn't call me. He's like, I know, my phone died. He goes, I'm sorry. He goes, I was like nervous because I couldn't contact you because my phone died. When you get antsy and like you can't call someone, that's what he told me. He actually said that to me. I got like antsy because we call each other all the time. I call him when I leave work. He calls me when he gets off a flight. I mean,
okay. All right.
We love each other. We're like...
I understand.
I
understand. Okay, so your daughter woke you up about what time to ask if Dad was...
I was already at work.
Oh, you were already...
8 a.m.
Okay, did you see his car here when you left for work?
No. And I didn't realize that I didn't until... Because usually he parks next to me in the garage.
Okay. You both have the same type of car, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do. It's weird. I know. He has the LT model, black, and I have the LTZ, which it has like a...
Next step up.
Yeah, it's got the sunroof leather seats, and it's got like a sparkle thing. His is flat black.
Okay.
But now that I think he pulled in last night because my daughter's car was in the drive where he would pull in. So I have a feeling, now that I'm thinking about this, I never saw the car because...
And what time did you leave this morning?
I left about 10 to 8. And I get to work like just before 8.
Okay.
I work at the courthouse.
Where do you work at?
The courthouse?
Common Pleas or?
Yeah, at Domestic Relations.
Oh, okay. All right. And what's your cell phone number?
And I said, oh, don't you know my phone number? Then you call. He goes, you know what? Quite honestly, I don't know if I do because I always hit it on the cell phone.
Right, exactly. You just hit it or just say call Victoria.
But the thing too, like, I forgot that he had the meeting because when Alex called me this morning, she's like, well, don't you remember? I said, well, he's right down the basement. I remember getting out of bed.
You didn't remember that think about his car.
I didn't think about the appointment.
Okay, you were parked in the garage this morning?
I was in the garage.
Okay,
He generally
Alex was parked on the right side or whatever, on the other side, outside the garage.
Yes.
So you
he
just
couldn't have
backed out
pulled
not
in
thinking.
unless he came in, got her keys,
Moved
and
her
he
car.
didn't do that last
Okay.
night. Because I would have known. I mean,
Right.
I don't believe he did that. So
Okay.
my guess is he left the car outside thinking he remembered appointment and left. And then I backed out. And she called. She's like, "Where's Dad?" I go, "I don't. What do you mean, where's
Okay.
Dad?"
He just said he had an 8 o'clock appointment though today.
Yeah.
That was it. Not where or anything like
No,
that.
but
Okay.
when he says, "Oh yeah, I have to meet somebody, I have an appointment," I just figure it's a jeweler. Like he has a customer.
Did he tell you that
Worcester.
last night also, or just a couple days ago when you talked about taking your daughter to school?
I don't know if he brought it up again last night.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
remember.
So about roughly, or just before 1
Just
o'clock
before
is when
1 o'clock, we both
you
went
both
up
went
to
to
bed.
bed.
Yeah.
And you were dozing off when you noticed that he had.
He had gotten up. He
Okay.
shot up out of bed. He put the pillows there.
When he usually puts the pillows like that, that means he's not coming back. That he's going to sleep in the basement or whatever for an appointment.
No, he just sleeps with a lot of pillows. So instead of throwing them all over the floor, like when he gets up,
Okay.
they don't fall. He just
Gotcha.
laid them there.
Okay. All right.
And then, so I just think, because, like I said, generally if he does get up early to do something, like he'll sleep on the couch because he doesn't want to wake everybody up. He'll put his luggage here, whatever, his jewelry, and.
Gotcha.
But I was thinking when they said appointment.
So does he have a bag with jewelry in it that he
He
keeps there?
does.
It?
But
Is
it's
it here?
downstairs.
It's
I looked through
It's
it to
downstairs,
find
right?
it.
And usually when he has an appointment, he takes it with him, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can I take a look at that?
Oh, sure.
Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so every time he has an appointment, he usually takes this with him. This whole big
Yeah,
bag.
or he'll condense it. He might
Okay.
condense it in a smaller.
Okay,
bag.
but all his stuff is right here that he'd usually take.
Yeah, and
Okay.
from what I know, I mean, they insure him for it. They have to. Years ago, the jewelry industry used to be all, like even the center stones and that, used to be all real. Now they've gotten away from that because the liability is too high. So a lot of this, the centers, if it's a mounting, are CZs.
Okay, gotcha.
There's some price in
Okay.
silver, but, I mean,
Pretty much everything's still there. Okay.
yeah, like this is probably a CZ because it's a single stone. If it's
So some of the stuff is real. The less expensive things are real. Just
yeah,
the bigger things that
or
would be.
like if a customer orders from this,
Mhm.
they can say, okay, I want 10 pieces of this, I want 10, and then they divide it in their stores,
Gotcha.
whatever.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that his tablet over there?
It is, yep. And the girls, I think, brought his little lap piece.
Does he use that a lot, that tablet?
I don't think this one so much. I would think it's his little laptop, which is probably upstairs. I think the girls brought it up to try to get in to look up his American Express.
Could I have that so we
Yeah.
can have a forensic examiner look at it?
Absolutely.
He uses a laptop a lot.
Oh, the little tab. Yeah, I guess you call it laptop.
Okay.
I know his codes, but we couldn't get into this.
Okay.
I got you on for 10 o'clock. You get there at 10.
Did you end up changing it, Maddie?
You gotta open it from the other side.
I know. Did you end up getting in to change it to look up that number or no? No. Okay.
I tried
She was going to change.
because I got these emails.
So yeah,
Because I tried to send it
do
to
that.
myself to reset the password,
We
and
would
it
do
says
it like
Microsoft denied
10
me.
cars an hour.
For
They just
whatever
keep bringing it
reason,
down.
maybe I didn't type in
But
all the
they wanted
boxes.
us
Okay.
They were
take
all,
our
it just
time.
wouldn't
Okay.
let me.
Because they want
Alrighty.
the high roll.
Yeah, generally, I mean, he knows my codes. I know his. It's not.
That's a good thing.
Um,
But you left
but
it.
for some reason, I'm trying to. It's like either it's 1,
Okay.
2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
The one is different for the Wi-Fi password, so I just try different ones till I get it. But we
Okay.
do know
But you didn't hear any noises or strange noises or anything in the middle of the night.
No.
Just kind of dozing off. You saw him get up.
Yeah, that
And then
was
you
it.
fell asleep, and that was
And
it.
I figured, he's going downstairs to sleep.
Okay.
Sometimes he does that. He'll get overheated.
I understand. I do that too.
He puts his window open on the side of the bed. I had to shut it the other day. It was so cold.
Have a fan on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
I
too.
know how that is.
So
Yep.
he'll do that because he gets overheated or hot. But when I went downstairs today, Linda asked me if I could find a business card or his American Express, because I didn't see his American Express in his wallet. And his wallet was here.
His wallet's still here now too.
He does not leave without his wallet.
Okay, where's that at?
Right here.
And it was on the kitchen counter?
It was on he like sets on the little thing to the Keurig machine. Either there or on the shelf in the family room, like a black.
That's where it was?
It was on by the Keurig, yeah.
Okay, all right. And what card is missing out of here?
I don't see his American Express.
Do you have a bill?
That's what she asked me. No, I don't know where any bill is. I could try looking for one.
Is it in both your names, or do you have them there?
No, he only does.
He's the only one with the card. You don't have a card that you can use? Okay. All right. But it is American Express, though. And that's the only card that you see that's missing.
I think, Alex, do you have the American Express, what number it ends in?
It's right here.
Is that recent from that when we ordered on Amazon?
I can't find.
He had a data breach a while ago, like 2 years ago at Christmas.
Okay.
And they reissued cards, so I think these are the last 4 numbers of
the most recent card?
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's what we pulled up on. And we just sent something to my niece the other night, but he used his Chase card.
Okay. Where is American Express card usually kept, on this side with the rest of these?
There or right here?
Right here.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it would be right there.
Is it okay if I pull these out?
Oh gosh, yeah. He keeps them behind his.
You know, it's funny is
I don't know why he always takes his driver's license.
He always takes his wallet wherever he goes?
His wallet. Because he's got it. So I'm like, why wouldn't he take his wallet?
I don't even know how to do it. I don't. It's fine. It's already cut.
That would be great. Do you? Oh no.
So weird. He had money in there last night. He gave me $17. I put in another $3, and we gave our daughter $20 to go to eat breakfast this morning. So he had money in there last night.
Okay, and there's nothing in here right now. Do you think when he gave you money, do you remember him taking out money and still having some left that he would have put back in his wallet or anything?
I don't think so.
Not sure. Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't think. He's like, oh, let me see. Okay, what I have. And he had 5s and a bunch of singles. And then I had singles to make 20.
Okay.
15 singles we had because I pitched in 3. He had 17. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Because I asked him to stop at the bank before he came home last night, but he said his cell phone died, so he didn't see any of those messages. I don't remember.
You asked him to stop at the bank before he came home?
Yeah.
To take out money?
Yeah, but he said he already had money.
Okay. Which bank would it have been?
Chase.
Out of an ATM?
Mm-hmm.
Which one would he have gone to if he went there to take out money?
The one by Target, Reagan Parkway there.
Oh, okay.
Like that. But I looked on the account today, and it wasn't there. There was nothing taken out.
Okay. How much did you ask him to take out?
But he does have a business account, too. It's this UCM Consulting one. He has a... There's BCM Consulting.
Let's pull these cards.
Oh, here it is. UCM Consulting.
This is his business account?
Yeah. So I don't see that one on here, but I can get into Chase.
Okay. This is account for himself or the business that he works for.
For his, he can do private sales and deposit checks and that when people write out of that account.
Gotcha. But this Chase account that you told him to take money out of, do you have the account number? Or is there a debit card to it?
For BCM?
You told him to take money out of the bank last night.
Oh, yeah.
Which Chase account would he have taken the money out of?
It could have either been...
So it could have been one of a couple different accounts.
It could have been that BCM or it could have been our other one, which is... I'll show you that. I could tell you
what does BCM stand for?
Bryon Charles Macron.
Gotcha. Just had to ask.
Yeah, actually, last year a lot of stuff.
The last Regal Cinemas Medina.
For this card right here.
2120.
Which we use like the cut through that's like.
No, that's not linked on my.
So what card would he have used for that?
This was the actual Chase.
Then eat like a whole
whatever 8792 is the.
We have to like take a break and like
wait, I think it's this one.
Before Uber and before I had my life.
I think it would be this.
Did he have his jewelry in there?
Yeah, it's here. No,
it's here. It's here? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You know what? Let me get my wallet out and see. My Chase.
I don't know why it's so big. Maybe I'll cut it in half.
Oh yeah, this is his. That's his Chase debit. That's this, but they're linked to the same account. So he never did stop there last night.
Just make sure I got this right. Okay. So these are not linked.
These two are linked
Same account.
to this account. This is his business account.
Gotcha.
Which I can't
So this is a card he would have used last night to pay for the movies. With
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's. I don't know what this Chase.
That's the only pending on there.
Yeah, that's the only 2120 for the cinemas.
Okay, just Amazon, Medina drive-through yesterday. Speedway.
He dips, so he gets his.
Gotta go there, huh? Dollar General 2 nights ago.
Burger King.
Okay.
He ran up and got garbage bags and stuff at Dollar General and some.
Okay. He was down in Columbus a couple days ago.
Yeah, he went to my daughter. Had an orientation at the university campus.
Gotcha.
So he went down there with her. They had lunch and DSW. We had shoes delivered for her.
Okay, so nothing in the last few days looks peculiar.
No.
Okay.
He sees mine. I see his. The only one that's separate because he can't. I don't know. It's his personal business account, so he keeps that as a separate.
So you don't have access to that? That's just him?
No, it's not a personal account. It's his business.
Okay.
And the only reason he uses that one, he's like 1099 for work.
Mm-hmm.
So they 1099 him. So yes, they.
So he's got to keep his money, yeah.
But he has to keep stuff
for taxes,
that and taxes. So that's why he has. Or if a customer comes to the house, writes a check, payable to Bryon or the company, he can deposit it to this account and. I can't even believe this. I mean...
Can you put cars in here?
The Capital One Platinum.
I don't even think he uses that.
Okay, yeah, it's tucked away back here.
Yeah. We're trying to pay off all any.
Oh, this expired last year.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why I said he doesn't even use it. The only, let me see, he has his military, his passport. He has his veteran card, and this was when he was in the Marine Corps. He always keeps that.
Okay.
Oh, this is her. Samuel's Jewelers.
So this is Snagda.
That's the same.
She owns.
Yep.
Is this the same jeweler or she owns a couple? Name. That's the Nan's. Okay.
I think that maybe because he said you need to get new business cards. Maybe that's who it's her new name now, like the new company name.
The new company, Samuel's Jewelers, possibly. Okay. Could I keep these?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah. He said they went to India. I don't know if the husband went too, but Snagda was going to India over this time. They meet with their designers, and Bryon just met with them in the office. They brought him
down in Texas.
Yeah.
How long ago was he down there?
He got home this past Friday.
This past Friday, okay. From meeting with her.
He was in their office for a week. And they put him up in a hotel near the airport, he said. And they said, well, I guess they have an apartment too, and they're like, well, you can go to the apartment. He's like, there's a bunch of Indian guys there. I'm not staying with a bunch of Indians. Like, he just couldn't.
Right.
He doesn't tell her. He's like, no, that's okay. I'll stay in a hotel.
Right, exactly.
It's just,
put it up as I don't want to bother you and intrude.
They just have different living
right.
conditions. He's like, I prefer
that's
not
fine.
to if I don't have to.
That's fine.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what else would... Local customers I know he calls on is a jewelry store in Worcester. They're, I can't think of their name.
They purchase jewelry off of him a lot?
Yeah.
I was talking to my buddy there, he's in the Burton area, right in the heart of the Snowville. And he says,
I can't think of his name. If I saw it, I'd jewelry stores in...
You just a local jeweler? In Worcester?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He goes to Columbus, he goes to Chillicothe, but he travels too.
Right.
Like he has
his home base too, yeah.
A lot of people like to buy from him locally here, so he'll just... Hello, Mark. Can I call you right back? Okay, all right. Bye. It's just my brother. He's coming from California.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me think here. He has Sam's Emporium that he deals with in Akron.
My boss, I was it yesterday that it was really bad. My boss said it took us 2.5 hours to get from Carmel to the diner for work.
He doesn't have anybody that I know that he doesn't get along with. Like he's always
gets along with everybody.
He's got a good rapport. In fact, when Bryon will go from one company or leave one and go to a different, they follow him. They are loyal to Bryon. They like him. He's honest with them. He's good at what he does.
Good.
He's a good person. And I'm trying to think, Worcester. De Silva used to be a customer. They went out of business.
Okay. Where are they out of?
I think they're in Worcester too. De Silva. They had a store at the mall, and they went under. They didn't do very well. But I think he lives out near Lodi. They had invited us to a party. We didn't end up going.
So they're still in good terms and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't think of that name in Worcester. He not as much at J. Grande anymore on the square. He deals with them. I can't think of his name in Worcester.
They had robes on sale and like winter hats and gloves. And the girl I worked with was like, "This is like a bundle up."
Were you in the factory area?
No, in the regular store. Even they don't. Well, I think they turn on the roof and it's like so low.
That's what I was thinking when he said he had an appointment.
They turn it off at night. They don't have it.
I was thinking, like local, like his.
Like he's going down to a
booster or something. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He goes there. Sometimes he'll go in there and he BS's with them. He sits in there. Like he'll do trunk shows where he'll bring in his jewelry and sit there for 8 hours, like remount events and things.
So you assumed he was going to take his jewelry with him. He had to show some jewelry to somebody.
Yeah.
Is the way it sounded.
It was an appointment.
Okay.
So when he says appointment, I just figured, oh yeah, it's jewelry.
Okay.
But I don't know who came here yet.
Where's it from around here?
I just came. I ran in so quick. Usually I'm like, hello, goodbye.
Was the guy pleasant yesterday?
He seemed, yeah.
Okay.
And he had his jacket on like he was going to be leaving. And he had left the house, and then I called Bryon when I got to the thing. I'm like, I'm sorry, it was so rushed. I just had to get me out of.
So you're not sure if he had long hair or was bald or anything because he had the cap on?
I think he had a cap. I can't remember.
Do you remember what color his coat was?
I thought it was brown.
Like a Carhartt, okay.
Something sporty. Like rugged looking.
Okay, and you're
like,
thinking his late 40s.
At least.
But he was taller, like approximate. How tall would you say? If you just had to guess. Like over 6 foot?
6'1".
So 6 foot or over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
said he was a deputy.
Skinny like a... So he actually told you that he was a deputy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I didn't talk to the guy.
Bryon,
I'm like,
Bryon told you.
Bryon, I love you, I gotta go.
Okay.
And I like.
So you came home and then had to leave right away? Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, because I had to get her to her appointment. It was 4:40 when I got home.
Okay.
And I had to leave to take her and be there at NovaCare at 5 o'clock.
Okay. Where was his vehicle parked when you got home? The Jeep or whatever, the Sporty.
His vehicle was on the right side of the drive where the white car would be right now.
The visitor was actually in the driveway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like not this white car. My daughter's white car.
So on the right half of the driveway up towards the garage.
Yeah, but not towards the garage. Back
farther.
Just over the sidewalk.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. All right. That's all I have for right now.
Okay.
Can I talk with your daughter, Alex?
Absolutely.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Alexandra?
Alexandra. Yeah. Alex?
Yeah.
He's like...
Is that clock right there?
Alexandra, sorry to meet you under these circumstances. I'm Deputy Locker. You can call me Bob.
Okay.
You go to Ohio State?
Yes, I'm in
Are you starting?
there, yeah.
Okay. Where'd you go?
OU.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Good for you. Okay. Last time you talked to your dad, when was it? Whether it's on the phone, text message, anything like that?
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning.
Before I left for work.
Before you left. Where do you work at?
Root Candles.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. What do you do there?
I'm just a sales associate. I like taking cashiers out.
It smells good in there too?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Alright. What time did you get home yesterday?
Yesterday I got home at 6:30.
About 6:30 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. Was Dad home?
No.
No, he was out having that dinner or whatever? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you remember hearing him come home at night or anything like that?
No.
Okay, and then this morning, what time did you wake up at about?
I woke up at about 5:08 when the sheriff was here.
Okay, so you were sleeping until then, 5:08?
Yep.
Okay, and that's where when you asked Mom, hey, where's Dad or whatever?
Yeah, I called her.
Okay, so you didn't notice he was gone until the sheriff deputy came.
I knew that he was supposed to go to a meeting this morning, and that's why I was
Did he tell you anything about the meeting?
He just asked me to take my youngest sister to school.
And when did he ask you that?
When I talked to him, when was it? Today's Wednesday night.
Friday. Wednesday night. He asked you to take your sister to school?
Yeah.
Does he usually take your sister to school?
On the days that he's home, yeah.
On the days that he's home, okay.
Now that I'm home from school, it was kind of convenient. I took her Monday. He took her Tuesday.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, so last time you talked to him was yesterday morning.
Yeah.
About
for work at 9 o'clock.
9 a.m. yesterday.
Yep.
Okay. And that's about the last time you saw him text message, any type of text or anything? Or
no.
Nothing. Not since then.
No.
Okay. All right. What's your phone number? Okay. Now let me ask you this, because you're probably the expert at this.
Mm-hmm.
Does your dad use Snap or anything? I know he uses Facebook because I'm friends with him on Facebook.
No, not
Do you know?
Twitter. He has one, but he doesn't use it. I don't even think he knows how.
What about Snapchat?
He does have a Snapchat, but I don't think he uses it at all.
Okay. So he just pretty much, he has an account with Snapchat?
Yes.
You've never seen him use it or anything like that? Or?
I mean, I don't send them snaps. Sometimes my mom will, or we kind of have our family thing that we'll all send a Snapchat good morning. And I mean, we haven't sent one recently, so.
Okay. All right. So he does have an account.
Yeah.
Is that like with a screen name or something like that you send it to, or?
Yeah.
Can you find that for me on your phone?
Yeah.
Out on the table. Do you remember? I believe.
It would be.
Probably a couple stacks of just the black. There was jewelry there. I think so. Yes. I think. But then again, no.
B. Macron.
But I don't know who this guy was.
That's a Snapchat?
Yeah.
B-M-A-C-R-O-N.
Yep.
That's a screen name? Is that pretty much how we would send each other? Like if I wanted to
if you
Snapchat
wanted
you,
to
I
add
would.
them, you can.
Okay, and what's your Snapchat?
Mine is.
All one word?
Yep.
I don't know how the guy paid him, if it was cash or check, because he has a business account. He said it is a business. Did you look on his desk or anything? Yeah, just his flash.
Okay. And what about Twitter? Do you have?
I have a Twitter.
But you're not sure if your dad does. You've never.
He does, but it's inactive.
So it's not like you're not a follower of him or anything. Okay. All right. Anything abnormal that you noticed him acting strangely in the last few days or anything like that? No. Okay. Is he good friends with Mike Costello?
Yeah, I mean they work together.
Okay. They go out like that. Like they went to the movies last night. Is that common?
Yeah, that'd be a normal.
Okay. All right. All right, that's all I have. Now, your sister, what's her first name?
Madeline.
M-A-D-E-L-I-N-E.
Yeah,
I was resetting it.
And how old is she?
14.
14. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Does she have a cell phone?
She does.
What's her cell phone number?
I can look it up. I don't know off the top of my head.
No, Bryon knows because he's telling her.
Let me talk to your mom real quick again. If you just have her come in. Thanks.
I really wasn't into this whole. Hey, Mom. Yeah.
So now you got no issues, like? Nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever already asked Madeline if she's had any contact with Bryon over his cell phone or anything?
Do you want me to ask her?
Could you? Yeah. I don't want to ask her and scare her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, any type of text or anything.
Did you have any contact with Dad over the cell phone?
Last night or...
Past couple days, yeah. Remember my text was sent in school? Okay. Oh, yeah. Right, they turn off Wi-Fi.
Anything since about 5 p.m. last night.
So, yeah, the past couple days, these were the messages that wouldn't send in Medina High School because there was no service. So this was just about like rides and like who would pick me up.
Gotcha.
So I would text my mom because I could text the iPhone over the Wi-Fi to communicate.
Because he has.
Because he had to have a droid, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he has a difference. So she'll say, "Mom, they turn off Wi-Fi. Could you contact Dad trying to pick me up?"
But since yesterday afternoon, no Snapchats, no
the last
text,
time
anything,
I
talking.
physically talked to him was when he had his customer over, the one sheriff, and
that was yesterday when you and your mom came home and then you had to leave real quick?
They were already home.
Yeah,
you were already home.
I stayed home while they were at physical therapy, and my dad had the customer over.
And I took the little one, my youngest daughter.
What's your youngest daughter's name?
Mia.
M-I-A. Okay. How old is she?
11.
Madeline, you're 14?
Yes.
Okay. Does Mia have a cell phone?
She does, but it's just I'm on the bus.
Okay.
If he
Could I get
doesn't
the
take her
Could I
to
get the
school-
number?
Yeah. Mia, where's your cell phone? Just to make sure we have all the numbers.
That is like the way he wasn't treating clients like clients. There was numbers to him. He was a numbers guy.
So let me.
Did you have a line too?
Yeah, I got yours.
Yeah.
I'll just talk with Madeline for a few minutes. if you
Oh
don't
yeah.
mind.
Here, Mom, sure. Take Mia's phone back.
The guy that came over yesterday.
Mhm.
Did you see his vehicle at all?
I did not.
You didn't.
No,
How long would you say he was here for?
I think I went upstairs. Maybe it was a very short time, shorter than he would usually have customers over for. Maybe like 15, 20 minutes at max.
How long do you usually have someone over for when they're coming over?
It depends on who it is and like what they're looking for. Like if it's a ring, it's probably longer, but maybe like a half hour, 40 minutes.
Okay, so
Still
this
not
is only
that long.
15 to 20 minutes that this
Yeah.
guy was here.
Yeah, because what happened was I was just laying down on the couch watching TV or whatever. He comes over. My dad told me someone was coming over, so I was like,
Oh,
aware.
so before he even came, your dad warned you that someone was coming over
just
looking
like,
for
hey, I
you.
got someone coming over later. They're looking for a pendant. He comes over. I didn't look over to see. All I know is when I got up from the couch to go upstairs, turned off the TV so they could talk and stuff. He had like a hat on, might have been brown coat. I just glimpsed.
What
into
kind of
the
hat
other-
would you say?
Probably a
Winter hat, baseball cap, like a winter
It
hat
was
thing?
a brown winter hat.
Brown winter hat, possibly. Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. And so you didn't really get a look at him or anything like that.
I just glanced very.
Did you see that
briefly.
that your dad was showing him jewelry?
Yes.
He did have it laid out on the.
Yes, that was over on the table now.
And he looked like a real customer that he was actually looking at stuff to buy and stuff like that. Okay. And who told you that he was a deputy?
My dad did.
He did it after he left or before he came?
Before he came over, he's just like, I have a person coming over. He's deputy, just looking for some jewelry.
Okay. He didn't say where from, deputy where from? Okay. Okay. So, but you haven't had any contact with him at all yesterday afternoon
After
up until
the customer left, he came back in the house, went to his meeting, because he left, said, I'm going
the dinner
to the
meeting?
township meeting. Yes. He left, and then I don't think I saw him after that time.
Okay.
Because I might have gone up to bed after that.
Okay. Nothing woke you up in the middle of the night or anything like that, seeing him come home or hearing anything? Or this morning? What time did you get up this morning?
I got up at about 7 o'clock because I had finals at the high school. So I went with my friend to an earlier breakfast this morning. And we left at about 7:50. And my mom pulled out right behind my friend and I, who drove to dinner.
Okay, so you and your friend both and your mom all pretty much left at the same time.
Yeah, she was pulling out the driveway as soon as
was Dad's black car in the driveway at the time when you left?
No,
It
not
wasn't
in the
there.
garage, no.
Okay, and it wasn't in the garage either.
No.
And that was at 7:50.
Yes.
Okay. Not sure about. You woke up. You said about what time?
Like 7 o'clock. I slept
About
in.
7.
Yeah.
You didn't hear Dad at all?
No, not at all.
Okay. Would you have normally heard him if you were like getting ready? You would have heard him in the house or anything?
My room's right up above, so I usually hear the garage if it goes up or down. I usually am aware of it, and if someone's coming in, I can feel it up in the room. But I did not last night.
Nothing. Did you hear him come home last night?
No.
You were sound asleep?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What if you were up getting ready, would you have heard the front door open?
Yes.
Okay.
I probably would have heard the front door.
So you'd say he was probably gone before 7 a.m. this
Yes.
morning, then it'd be safe to say. Okay. Okay. All right. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
you.
Appreciate it.
It's right there. That's the dinosaur. So it's like 1, 2, 3.
Excuse me.
Do you know where did they find his car?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
They said they found his car.
I'm not sure. They have me doing one thing, and other deputies are doing other things. But I'm going to go out and get your receipt for these 2 things to show you that I took them. Okay, I'll be right back.
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to take these back to the sheriff's office, give the information to one of the other detectives that's investigating the case. And okay, hopefully it won't be too long before we find him. I'm hoping. All right, I'll be right back.
All right.